At 6, we showed you a glimpse of who fallen Marine Corporal Hunter Lopez was through the eyes of his parents. It was the first time they shared his story ever since he was killed in an explosion in Afghanistan more than 5 months ago. The house of Alicia and Herman Lopez is full of photos and other mementos of their son. And it also has items sent from people who they've never even met, from all over the world. Like his military patch, these are some of the awards he has, and the Purple Heart Award he was given for efforts in helping people in Kabul evacuate from the Taliban.
He had been up all this time, and that it was just horrible to see like these kids out there, you know, people suffering.
Hunter had a soft spot for kids, and so he was making sure that he was trying to help as many kids as he could.
Hunter had his mind set on becoming a Marine since high school, and his service has also inspired others in his family to follow in his footsteps. Here's an in-depth look on the inspiration Hunter had on his brother Owen and his journey through the military. You know, I think it's commendable because a lot of people in your shoes may not want their other child necessarily to join the military, but you are.
Oh, don't get me wrong.
Yeah. It was definitely
it was hard.
A touchy situation, touchy moment there, because days after we got the news of Hunter's passing is when when Owen was supposed to leave for training, basic training, and so obviously because of everything that was happening, those dates got pushed back and changed, and so I think any parent would have to take that time to reflect and pause and think about what we're going to do. Yeah. And the only thing that we really did was ask Owen, you know, if he still wanted to go forward with his plans. And
he said he had to. He said Hunter wouldn't have wanted him to give up what they both had planned for him. Hunter, being the big brother, had clearly had plans for his siblings, and that was one. Owen had originally enlisted in the Marine Corps, and prior to this deployment, he told him, you need to go to Army, you need to go be an Army Ranger. And so Owen then withdrew his paperwork from the Marine Corps and joined the Army, and actually had sworn in the day that we received news that Hunter had passed. So
he had sworn into the Army the same day that he found out about his brother's death.
Yeah, he had he had to go to San Diego, and had just arrived maybe an hour, maybe 30 minutes before we got the knock on the door.
You know, they gave us the news, and it was even difficult for them, obviously, you know, to deliver that news. So,
but our Keiko is what they call him, the casualty officer. He was awesome from the beginning. The TAPS people and the honoring our fallen. Laura, who runs the program, is super awesome. She has been with us since. We get monthly calls from them, making sure we're okay, and our Keiko had been with us from the beginning. And I mean, it's hard for them, you know, to have to give this news, and you know, I can't imagine being easy. And you know, it's just hard for them as much as it is for us to hear it. It's hard for them to give it. But like the military support that we've gotten has been great. The support from the community has even been better.
So for folks who didn't know Hunter, like myself, what was he like? What were his interests?
Hunter was I like to describe him as an average American kid. He was growing up, he played soccer at La Quinta Park. He attended, like I said, all the local schools here, La Quinta High. He loved movies. He loved specifically Star Wars, the Star Wars series of movies. Not only the movies, but he did reading the novels in between the movies, and loved to quiz us and all his friends on Star Wars trivia, and strongly encouraged everyone to watch the movies. And if you didn't, at some point in time in your relationship with Hunter, he would get you to watch those movies. And we've heard several stories of Marines that had never, had an interest in Star Wars or seen the movies, that they'd eventually be taken that way. And there's a lot of things that
He loved
gifts,
history.
and he loved history. He loved reading, which is something that he hadn't done a lot of in his high school days, except for what was mandatory. But he would come back from these deployments, and even just being on base, and he'd have stacks of books, and he'd tell me, Dad, you should read this one. It's really a good book, and it's about whatever the topic happened to be. They were all history related, typically military history, but there's stacks of books in his room that are very worn from him taking them out to the field and reading while he was on the field. So he developed a very strong love of reading and history. He loved to train. He loved to work out. He loved to perfect his tactics, things that were being shown to him in the military. Even when he was on leave here and would come to visit, he would still find time to go to the gym. Instead of sleeping in, he would go to the gym and work out.
2 a days he would call them.
Yes, sometimes 2 a day sessions. He'd take his friends out to shoot and try and, it was a hobby, but he loved to do all those kind of things. Loved to just be with friends. I mean, he had great friendships. Many of his friends that he had in elementary school, for example, have continued to be his friends through his adult life. And they're great kids. They're great people. They've all grown up to be great, contributing adults. And then the friendships and the bonds that he created in the military have also been very strong. Several of the Marines that he was first stationed with in Virginia got transferred to Southern California, typically to Camp Pendleton. They've always stayed in touch, and several of them meet with us frequently. In fact, on Sundays, we visit Hunter at the cemetery, at Riverside National Cemetery, every Sunday. And several of his friends are with us, every weekend. So.
But most of the time, if I'm not in uniform, I have something on with him. Always my dog tags, I always have those with me, but a ribbon and a shirt or a sweater, something outside of work.
Yeah. Most of us have the bracelet, his tribute bracelet, or like Lisa said, the dog tag. So
his
typically
friends,
not
his friends from the military. I guess a lot of military personnel were, they're called mourning bands, and they're metal, and they gave us one, and so I haven't taken this off since I got it. So this and my dog tags stay on me. All the 13 moms, we all got our dog tags from honoring our fallen. And we just, like, you can, when you run into a Gold Star family, and most of the moms will have their dog tags with them, so they're pretty easy to locate. But, we always have something on us.
So. What do you think Hunter would say about all you're doing?
Keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Yeah. Full send. Let's go.
Is there a message you would like to share with the Valley?
There's quite a few, and we've always thanked everyone in the Coachella Valley. That day that we returned from Dover Airport, when Hunter was flown back from, I believe it was Germany. From day one, we had that support. As soon as we turned into our community here, the various symbols of support, flags and Marine Corps emblems, flowers. Was just amazing, and it continued. It didn't fade out after a day or two or even a week. It continued.
Just thank you for remembering my son. It helps knowing that people think of him every day, and that we're not the only ones grieving.
Such an amazing family. The Hunter Lopez Memorial Foundation was created in his honor to help those who protect and serve like Hunter did. We have a link to that and also my full interview with his parents on our website, kesq.com.